Okay. In looking at this, if you look at it each piece as itself, you get lost in the subterfuge. You look at this event in a chronological order regarding Iran. Israel put a lot of pressure on Trump to help them try to do a decapitation of the Iranian leadership, similar to what they had done in Lebanon with Hezbollah. They convinced him that they had the people in place with the drones and also able to take down their air defense systems shortly in attempts to do a decapitation, which they got a lot of the senior generals, but they built their structure in the same way Hezbollah did. So, next in rank moves up. Trump, okay, we'll do this, hoping that it'd be a big win. You could tout a big win and force them into a negotiation. Well, that didn't work out. So what's the secondary? I got to have a win. You go through all this, got to have something to show for it, right? So we're going to take out their nuclear enrichment facilities. Well, the problem is with this is there's a lot of details that doesn't pass the sniff test. And it's not that I don't like Trump. Okay, I preferred Trump over the other. But the thing of it is this isn't a likability thing. We're talking about our nation, okay? And also, this is, they're trying to do a cleanup. They're trying to, put a lipstick on a pig. Down the road, the facts will come out on this, and it won't play well. One of Trump's big Achilles heel is ego. Sometimes, you don't need to make over-the-top comments and things later on that's going to impede you in trying to get the result you want. That's just my advice to him. Which, anyway, I put a little video together. I hope you enjoy. Almost forgot. Now, remember when he said he was going to give him 2 weeks? Well, the reason why he couldn't wait the 2 weeks is because they were screaming. They were running out, Israel, running out of air defense missiles for the Iron Dome. Israel got fucked up. You got a nation that's, 27 times your size, population, and industrial capability, and you're picking fights with them because you're hoping to drag the United States in. And secondly, the reason why they need to pull the United States into this now, because Benjamin Netanyahu's court trial is almost ending. And if he's not in a war, he can't stay in office. Think about it. Details.
And it was very, very successful. It was called obliteration. No other military on earth could have done it, and now this incredible exercise of American strength has paved the way for peace with a historic ceasefire agreement. So, but I think they're very much finished. I think Israel's going to get back to doing what they do.
We're certain that the uranium was removed from the facility before the B-2 struck.
So I'm not aware of any intelligence that I've reviewed that says things were not where they were supposed to be, moved or otherwise.
Thanks, Caroline. The president mentioned in a Truth Social post that no enriched uranium was moved from Fordo. What about the other two sites, Isfahan and Natanz? And how can the president be so sure that no uranium was moved?
Well, what I can assure you is that the United States and our intelligence agencies and Director Ratcliffe and the president's entire national security team were obviously watching these sites very closely in the weeks and the days leading up to the attack on Saturday, which I will add was one of the most secretive and successful operations in United States history. I think many of you in this room would agree with that because none of you in this room knew about the strike on Saturday until it took place.
In June of 2008, you can see these three holes. Depicted here is the main exhaust shaft with two additional ventilation shafts on either side. the United States decided to strike these two ventilation shafts, as seen here on the main graphic, as the primary point of entry into the mission space. In the days preceding the attack against Fordow, the Iranians attempted to cover the shafts with concrete to try to prevent an attack. I won't share the specific dimensions of the concrete cap, but you should know that we know what the dimensions of those concrete caps were.
Just stop there. This is an example of deception or just profound ignorance by the chair of the Joint Chiefs. If you put a cap on top of these vents, which is obvious they did, we can see that they did, and that indicates to us that they were forewarned of the attack, which also indicates that they would have almost certainly removed the uranium, the enriched uranium that we were going to target, because that's an easy thing to do.
What happens when uranium is exploded? What kind of evidence would there be? What would we see, or what would we be able to tell?
Uranium-235 being exploded by a conventional means, or being damaged by uranium, it would be uranium hexafluoride gas. Iranians supposedly have about maybe 600 kilograms of highly enriched, 60% enriched uranium hexafluoride. This is the gas that they would use in the centrifuges. Well, you could put that in one canister. You know, these big drums that they drag around. You could put that on the back of a truck and move it. So,
yeah, talk about that. What is the degree of difficulty of moving this uranium, if they did, and a lot of people believe they did?
It's like moving, a ton of material on a truck. I mean, you just have a 5-ton truck, or the back of a pickup truck. You can almost,
because they're trying to describe it like it was almost an impossibility for them to get it out there in a short amount of time.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.